Welcome back to the greenhouse. This is Beth with ODA's Noxious Weed Control Program, bringing you another specimen from our weed garden here in the greenhouse at ODA in Salem. And I'm sharing with you today a Spurge Laurel. It's an ornamental shrub that was very popular for its shiny green color and the fact that it keeps its leaves all year long. And despite the name, it is not a spurge, but it is actually a Daphne plant, similar to the ornamental Daphne that you might have growing near a doorstep because of its beautiful fragrance. Often it blooms in February or so, but it's not a spurge or a laurel. It's basically Daphne Laurel, a kind of a laurel-like Daphne. This one has flowers similar in shape to the ornamental one, the popular ornamental, but they're small and green and not showy and not really part of the appeal of why this plant was put out into the ornamental trade to begin with. Mostly it is the color that stays around all year. But unfortunately, it also has a very viable seed that birds love. And once they start eating it, they will spread it around dry slopes, the same kind of habitat, unfortunately, that poison oak likes. So if we have weed control managers out there who are having to deal with this, they're probably wading into a lot of poison oak as well. But it can really come in thick and fast in the understory of oak woodlands and other grassy areas like that, and crowd out a lot of desirable species. It's very hard to stay on top of all of the little seedlings that pop up that are spreading because of birds. Also, there's likely to be a lot of seed drop once a good patch gets started, and the seed lasts a while in the soil. So it is a good idea, if you recognize this spurge popping up in places where it's not supposed to be, to get on top of it. I'm sorry, I just said spurge, and it's Daphne. If you find this Spurge Laurel popping up, it's best to get on top of it right away. The leaves do not have a super distinctive shape. They're pretty common, but they are bunched very close together at the tops of their stems, and bunched together pretty closely down their stems in the case of my kind of prune back specimen here. And you can see a little fresher green growth coming on for the spring. But you can also kind of see that light gray colored stem that's kind of smooth. That's another distinctive feature. And then these are pretty thick, waxy leaves. So it looks like a very hardy hardy plant. If you are doing herbicide control of it, that means you have to have a good surfactant to break through that waxy leaf. This is listed as a B on the Oregon State Noxious Weed List. Which means it's not mandatory for control in landscaped areas, but it's encouraged to remove it because it will become the source of spread elsewhere outside of landscapes if it goes to seed and birds are spreading it. So we highly encourage its removal. We have funded a few projects with Oregon State Weed Board grant funds, but we don't fund a lot of them because this really has started, unfortunately, becoming established more widely, so it's not one we're able to stop in very early stages of its invasion. If you think you might need some help with control, it would be good to check with a local soil and water conservation district to see if they have any programs that are already going in your area. If not, you can chat with them, or you can chat with a local ODA noxious weed specialist about the best strategy and the best timing to control Spurge Laurel if you find it in your area. So this is Beth signing out from the greenhouse today. Hope you have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.